Oh, I'm going to do this video and hope it goes up. I have been told that I'd suffer the consequences, and I'm not going to go into the other things I was told if I continued to put this up on YouTube and Facebook or pursue it. I put it all up on YouTube. Not all of it, you can't possibly do it, but I've told about writing about mind control, murders done in patterns. I'd worked for doctors, and Larry McDonald, Congressman, doctor's plane went down. I'd written about him, and of course he's seen to be a good guy. That's not the case, believe me. I was flown out to Larry Flint's because he was shot, and the person programmed to shoot him in Lawrenceville, Georgia, while I was doing the book. And April issue of '84, he said I knew who was responsible for his shooting, and he mentioned Larry McDonald. And it's really boils down to, I found out later about my kidnapping and who I am. So the lies and the cover-up and all this, and I was brought to this family here. And this is a glossed over picture. I was kidnapped, and that's in Moulton, Alabama, where they took me to a pigsty and a hellhole. Now, I've been listening about the local media. They all know this. When I came here in October of '86, they knew it. The press, I'm talking about ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox, have known for a long, long time about my kidnapping before I did. I found out later in '83, after I'd been out at Larry Flint's in the campaign, and the British told me. So I'm going to leave it at that. If you say you're this person, even though you are, then they can come, the powers that be that were behind my kidnapping, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, part of my own family, can get a court order, come out, and just like they did Larry Flint, who was locked up in Butner, North Carolina, a federal prison. And by the way, that's where D.J. Cooper was put, who tried to help me here, legitimately, and they had another on him. They didn't say it was for helping me, but everybody knew it. So anyway, Mr. Flint's power of attorney was taken, and they tortured him with drugs. So anyway, I'm putting this up because they're going to do it to me or not and make me look like I'm nuts. This has been the whole point, with everybody knowing different. I've gone to the media. It's not just what they're doing to me. It's don't kill the messenger. That's what I've been told, because I've told it. And I'm not going to reiterate here. I'm going to try to get this up before it goes off. It involves more than what is being done to me. And I was told by an agent in Atlanta years ago, when he yawned and pretended to be bored and said, you bore them with what you're telling them. It's only when they find out how to fix them that they'll care. Well, they didn't care about me anyway. But part of what they've done to me and forced me to move around, and they now can turn around and use that against me. I have been, if you leave out in a background check what I'm responding to, and that's not even my name I have to use, for God's sake. This woman had twins, and when they kidnapped me and put me here, I still have to use her name, even though I've got birth certificates that are marked through from the state of Alabama. You name it. I'm going to give you this, though. I woke up, and the media all knows this, believe me, and they're telling about Rolling Stone magazine calling them irresponsible reporting and all this, and I'm watching the local stations read off this press release, and I think, my God, what is wrong with you people? They have, since I've come here in October, the locals have totally known the truth, October of '86. Now I'm going to quit like I'm babbling so I can get what I wanted up here. They all know. The networks knew about my kidnapping. I don't know when, maybe when it happened. They certainly knew about it long before I found out in '83, after being out at Flint's. I have an immune disorder, and that's exactly what it is. I was not told that and diagnosed that, even though I'd worked for doctors, until I came here to Roanoke. If I'm force-fed toxic fumes, where I live is the place I'm talking about. And I put it up, and I put up papers to support it. It was written by the people that did it. Over the years, it damages your every part of your body. Even Dr. Phil had a program with a Pfizer representative talking about immune disorder. When I'm around chemicals, I should be able to live a normal life, but when around them and force-fed them in close quarters, which I've been done, with everybody knowing it, it damages me severely and is irreparable. Now then, I woke up yesterday where I'm living now, and I was so sick I couldn't stand it. I thought, my God, how did they get it in here now? The housekeeping, or I'm asleep, I didn't let them in. Then I realized you can simply open the door with your key, and I've got a chain on it, but if I'm sound asleep, I'm right there, they can see me. I don't know how they got it in, but they did. But this is ongoing, and if you don't see the truth of put some of these people up where I've lived and put them under oath, and they're in prison for lying if they lie, and they would have to not tell what's really going on. Anyway, that's what you have to do now to get just part of this, what's being done to me. But when I woke up yesterday, ironically enough, I was so sick, it was like a stun gun. The stuff was awful in here. I went up and asked her, I did need a couple of things, and she came back and she left them. And when I turned on the TV, I heard this report about the U.S. Virgin Islands. Well, if you see who I am, and I've put up, the Virgin Islands does not belong to the United States. They confiscated it all when they kidnapped me and took down my father. And Elizabeth and her father are illegal. The Jews, by the way, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and that kidnapped me, and my own uncle, George VI, took down his brother illegally, and I'm going to go ahead and put it up here. They're already going to use it against me if I can. And once they come out and handcuff you, you can forget it, the people involved in this, or I can, because I really won't be able. This woman did not marry my father. She married a double, an imposter. And my own uncle helped take down his brother, and my father was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor, sister to artist Georgia O'Keeffe, and I am Victoria II. A seal was put on my birth and my father's illegal removal from office, and a 99-year seal put on it. Now then, everything that after then, I'm talking about the state of Israel coming to be, and all the NATO, the treaties, the global takeover is what it is, happened after they took down my father and kidnapped me and used the British. And now then, as a launching pad, and this is not the British citizens. They have stood behind me over the years and never forgotten me and my German relatives, all right? Now, where does this lead back to? The United States now owns everything. It's global. They used the British and took out everything. Now then the colonies belong to the United States. They even have an Area 51 in Australia. How's that? And yes, Virgin Islands, it's really Brits, but the United States is sitting on it, just like they've got me here. So I'm going to read this. When I woke up yesterday, and I'd been soaked again in it, with chemicals, and was so sick, I turned on TV, and that's when it told about the family in the U.S. Virgin Islands were on vacation, and he's in a coma, the father, and they're talking about brain damage. Everybody picked it up that it could be. Everybody picked it up. I have been to the media with this mess, and it covers a lot more than mind control and shootings and my kidnapping. But what I wanted to put here is